What's up, Cowboy Nation? Name Law Nation. Let's get this thing going the best way possible. We're going to talk about free agency. And, of course, we know the 5,000-pound gorilla, Rain Dakota Prescott. We still got to wait to see what they're going to do with that. Nevertheless, we can get into the details of some of the free agent guys, and then you guys can rank them, right? You guys can rank them. But before I go into details, there is a trade piece that the New Orleans Saints said that they would like to entertain, and that big boy, one tech, he can play a little position of flex. He can get you some 2, or he can play some 3. It is Malcolm Brown, big physical guy. He was drafted by, I believe, the Patriots, and he's been playing for the Saints for a few years. But they putting him on the trading block, and everybody know that the Saints, they're going to have to get rid of a lot of people. They are to get under their cap, and we know how that goes, right? We know how the cap situation goes. Nevertheless, I got a quick list right here, and we can go over the details. But before I say anybody's name on this list, just think about it. Malcolm Brown, Tristan Hill, Neville Gallimore, those guys, they can play along the side of him. Oh, and then if you think about the growth aspect, the growth part of Randy Gregory. Remember, this offseason, we have nothing to worry about with him. Let's knock on some wood, just in case they try to make up some new ruling. We have nothing to worry about him.
Smoke weed
and,
every day.
You know, for the sake of defensive front talk, D-Law. I think that this year, coming into 2021, he got something to prove. I know I said it last year, but he really got something to prove this year. And maybe, just maybe, he will be one of those candidates that will say to himself, all right, cool, I'm going to readjust my salary, move some things around so that we can secure a certain player that wears number 4, right? All right, so I'm going to try not to say that player's name in this particular video because we say it all the time, right? All right, so in this list, I have I'm gonna go down everybody, but in this particular list, they got Jerrell Casey. Think about him, another big physical guy that can play along that line that you can say, man, if you can find a way to squeeze out a deal. Remember, in this particular draft heading into 2021, that's where you want to get your best player available. But in the free agency, that's how I look at it, to get your what? Team need. And of course, they got McKenzie Alexander. Of course, I'm gonna go down this whole list, and I want you guys, we'll play a little game, and I want you guys to rank them of where we will probably need the most. I'm already gonna tip my hat to interior. The game is won and lost right inside the trenches, right? Do anybody disagree? But McKenzie Alexander, not the great, but McKenzie Alexander, he's primarily can play down inside as a slot DB. And, of course, Anthony Get Down Brown, he got positional flex because he is still signed with this team. You can kick him to the outside. You see how this thing goes, Cowboy Nation? So you can kick him to the outside. And, of course, we still need that replacement as an outside corner. But in a pinch, at least you know for sure that Anthony Brown can play outside corner position. Maybe you look at McKenzie Alexander to say to yourself, hey, can you man up this slot position and be that inside nickel guy? That's the guy that's on this list. Oh, on this list as well, we got Malik Hooker. Now, the problem is with Malik, just to be straight up, keep it a beam with you guys, or keep it 100. That's what the kids say these days. Injuries. He's the safety version of Sean Lee. He is, or LVE at this point. Can he stay healthy? But when he is healthy, boy, oh boy, can you just close your eyes and say, man, can we get the rabbit foot? Can we find a solution, basically? So McKenzie Alexander inside the slot, and then we talked about Malik Hooker as the safety. That would be nice to pair him up. Remember, I'm always talking about pieces that you can add together. Now, Javon Hollins, Trayvon Moridge, as well as Darius Washington. All of those guys, if we look into the draft, we can say, yeah, these guys can help us out. But there's still an unknown piece to it, right? You don't know how a Cisco is going to translate to the pros, or a Parrish Ford. You don't know how those boys going to pose themselves to the pros. All right, so on this list as well, we got Richard Sherman, veteran guy. Y'all already know I'm going to say old broom can get those corners. New broom can sweep the floor good, but that old broom can get the corners. And maybe he can have positional flex, and you kick him as the safety. Could be. And who knows this defense better than him? And we had Barry Church on the show, and he was going over the simple fact that, hey, even if we have a Richard Sherman on his team, you would then in return get experience. He knows the game. And if you're thinking about transitioning him from a cornerback to a safety role, it may be a easy transition, just like that. All right, so Jacarius, or I think that's how you say this man's name, Tart, more of the McKenzie Alexander kind of cut, just like the Cameron Sutton, more of the slot type of DB. Look, you can never have too many DBs, basically. DBs, remember this. They are your special team guys. So let's reel it in a little bit, and maybe you'll have somebody that can help this team out in that fashion. Ndamukong Suh. Ndamukong, I think that's how you say this man's name. He's been in the league for many of years. He's long in the tooth, but that tooth can still produce. That tooth is long, but it can still produce. And, of course, interior guy that can help. Look, don't look at him as an individual. He had, 8 sacks last season? Helped out the Tampa Bay Buccaneers tremendously for $8 million. I know somebody in here saying, man, give me him last year for the Dallas Cowboys. Maybe, just maybe, he would have did better than Tari Poe, right? He would have did better than, McCoy was injured, so it's a story of a different day. So we're going to look into this. You bring Sue into the mix, it will help out D-Law, right? It will help out Tristan Hill. Oh, it will help out, you see, Neville Gallimore. It will help out good old Randy Gregory, because now you have a rotational piece and you have somebody with experience. Jason McCourtney. I'm about to say McCartney, but it's McCourtney, right? Y'all help me out. Jason. He's an older guy. And from my knowledge, I think that any safety help that we can bring in outside of a Brandon Carr, not trying to talk about the Carr brother, but anything that can help us out. Not going to talk about Darian Thompson, and we're not finna talk about re-signing Xavier Woods at this moment. I'm just saying, you bring in Jason McCourtney. Let me see. Jason McCourtney. I wrote it all crazy. Jason McCourtney, you bring him in, and baby, I'm telling you, think can help this thing out tremendously. There's 2 other guys that I want to bring up: Trey Boston and Trey Boston and Tashawn Gibson. Tashawn Gibson, he played with Barry Church, of course, and he's been one of those journeymans at this point. And he is long in the tooth as well. But we're looking at a situation between those two, Trey Boston and Gibson. Give me Trey Boston, because I believe that his range and his ability to cover a lot of grass out there will help out with Donovan Wilson. We talk about this on major levels. Finding a free agent or draft guy that can complement one another. You know, you got to have that flow with each other. You got to have that communication. You got to have that mindset. You got to have that temperaments of thoughts. You got to pretty much put yourself in the right avenue, because I believe in the hearts of hearts. The reason why I'm naming all of these guys, and it's a trend, is all on the defensive side of the ball. Everybody know defense wins what? Defense wins championships. If we can figure out a way to elevate that defense, baby, Man, I know I kind of stumbled through most of these names here, but can you guys help me out? List me your top 2 out of this grouping that I just mentioned. You don't need all 3 of them. You don't need all 10 of them. You don't need 5 of them. Just give me 2 of them that you would think that can help elevate and boost this team. And you can look at the 2021, and we ain't talking about number 4, but we can look at the 2021 with better defense. And I think that Dan Quinn, I believe he can establish something that was a whole lot better than what it was last year. Hey, if you like this channel, hit that like button, share this content, let a friend, neighbor, foe know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboy Sports Talk and Beyond. Once again, my name is Law Nation. Be sure to check me out, and if you're part of the notification gang, put that in the comment box, and be sure to click and pluck that notification bell. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Jam on out with me. Let's go. Let's go. We ready, baby. Let's go get this ring. We ready, baby. We ready. We ready. We ready. We